Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Meta HSC Valorant, and we are so close to the grand finals now. This is the playoffs, and we're heading in. I'm Digital Casts, and with me today, my co-caster, Has Daddy Slim. How you doing? But first off, do you prefer me to call you Has or Slim Shady? Because I don't think I want to be calling you Daddy.
I mean, you can if you want to. That's no problem with me. But yeah, Has Daddy, Slim, Has. It really doesn't matter. Whatever you want, mate. We can go through all of them. But yeah, we're welcome everyone. We've got some Valorant meta high school esports Valorant for you. It is the state finals, so we are in the round robin tournament side of it at the moment, and Digital is looking to be an absolute classic amount of games today.
I certainly hope so. Now, to start off the first game, obviously, St. Joseph's versus St. John's. I mean, these two names is going to be quite hard to keep track of, so let's just try to do our best. It will be a best of one map for now, and that map will be Haven. But before we get into the game start, the players are almost ready. Let's just, give a brief shout out to our sponsors, Optus, Torrens University Australia, and of course, MSI. All right, now, you've probably been casting these teams a little bit more than I have recently. Give me your thoughts on these two.
Well, as you were saying, yes, both with the Saints at the start of their name, which does make things a bit more confusing than usual. Also, Johns and Joseph, so very condensed and close. But both of these sides, of course, coming out of their respective states as the crowned champions, and now they come up against everyone else. And, of course, the winner of one of these ones, they face a very tough task of going up against the Glen Waverley's eviction notice, a team that looked very, very solid. It was our last game, myself and Mr. Emperor ZK, who's not with us today. Casted about 2 weeks ago now, so they've got a tough task ahead of them. And there's also a bit of a problem for one of our teams as well, because they are missing a player, which does make things a bit more, I would have thought, difficult to play the game. But hey, you never know. Maybe it's a tactic that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, maybe. If you underestimate a team, sometimes they could just strike really hard and fast, and it's the best of one, so upsets can happen despite being a player down. Right, so it seems like the teams are ready, so let's go into Agent PixelX, but I gotta say, man, Haven, the biggest map in the entire pool with 4 players, oh, man, I gotta say, defense is gonna be rough.
Yeah, you've got to spread them thin everywhere. They'll just probably be hoping that you don't have anyone going towards that B side, and sometimes that's usually what happens. B just sort of stands in the middle and goes, oh, I'm here for people to plant the bomb on. Doesn't mean it's ever going to happen, but you never know. They might try and do that a bit more now. But yeah, especially on that defense, you're going to struggle with just the 4 players. But if you manage to get things going all right, throw down a bit of utility here and there, and just, feel things out, maybe you might be able to pull off a few wins here or there. But I'm assuming at the moment that it's going to be St. John's Park in the box seat. They've got the 5 players, so already with a nice advantage. And St. Joseph's with a lot of work to do. And it's only a best of one as well. So if one of these teams goes down, they aren't completely eliminated, but they will drop down to the lower bracket, which means they've got to fight a lot harder to get towards that grand final.
Yeah, well, on the flip side, though, if you go into the lower bracket and you are, say, a really good team, you could have a smoother run getting to the grand finals to playing up against supposedly the weaker teams who get thrown there alongside with you. And hopefully they get their 5th player back, assuming they do go down there. But we're just jumping ahead of ourselves right now because the 4 stack of players, I don't know, man. I think their Agent Pixel, it's pretty substandard. 1 duelist, 1 sentinel, 1 initiator, and 1 smoker. You have to. You don't have any choice.
Yeah, well, you can't really look to do a double up of anything there, considering you only have those amount of players. Meanwhile, look over there, Heena's going to be picking up that Reyna. It's going to be Celeste on the Astra. Bingzu looking at that nice Killjoy. The Sage going to be going to Chopper Steve, and Oppo is going to be picking up the Sova as we get ready to jump into our first round, our first game of the day. It should be a whole lot of fun. Can the upset occur? Can we see a 4v5 victory? It's possible. But yep. I'm guessing probably a bit highly unlikely. But hey, you don't know until you start watching it.
Well, let's keep an eye on them and see just what happens. Because I gotta say, for St. John's, right, looking at their lineup right now, it's promising, especially on the defense side. You have already 2 Sentinels, Killjoy to lock down one side and get intel, as well as your Sage slow orbs to basically block off for choke points and while a rotation comes through. So they are starting on the attack. They should be having a comfortable cruise all the game through. Well, that's what I'm assuming. But hey, you have the 4-player stack starting off on defense, and I think this is the strat. Get a few rounds on defense, and when it comes to attack side, that's when they go all out and hopefully bring home the dub. But already off the bat, we're seeing the attackers go for a 5-man stack towards A, and there's only 1 defender there. Little baby, good luck.
Got those smokes out. He's going to put them down to begin with, but he's going to be hearing a lot of pushes here from both sides. Up already to ramp, and they're pushing right to this old baby trying to get out. He's going to have absolutely no chop of that, and Chopper Steve putting the bomb down just like that. 5v3, and already on the back foot here are St. Joseph's.
Well, nothing you can really say. You can really say there. The smokes they didn't quite come out in time, and of course the rotations nowhere in sight. My player down 4v5 for the retake. Make it even worse as Tina snipes down Lost off the bat. Oh well, Beast by himself 1v5 has to ace it to win it. And look at Celeste already deep for the hunt. He does go down though.
Left now in this 1v4, trying what he can do here, but Bingzu will shut that down. The Ghost straight to his head, and that is going to be the first round on the board there for St. John's. Pretty easy playing towards that A side. Unfortunately, little baby just moving at the wrong time. Was thinking about putting the smokes down, then decided, I won't think about that. In fact, I'll try to get off the side. Unfortunately, that involved a lot of, well, nothing really. As he went down, dies, and right now 1-0, and already St. Joseph's on that save. It's going to be Locks holding that shorty, and this time they're going to be stacking the A side, so they might actually have a numbers not quite advantage, but at least they've got them all in the right place. As it looks like again, it's going to be this push in here from St. Joseph's towards the A side.
Look, mate, it's going to be an absolute bloodbath, I can tell you that, because the stack, it's just not favoring the defense. It's getting mowed down by the Spectres. Oh dear. With only Classics in tow, it's once again down to the last player. Simple, fast, spray and pray, flawless rounds. 2-0 on the board for St. John's.
Yeah, not much there that St. Joseph's could really do. Got the stack correct. They actually picked the right side, but the guns, they just don't have them. Only a shorty. 3 Classics across the board. Now they will be able to get the full buy-in, and one thing about having the one less player is they will be able to get a few more credits up on the board for a lot more of these rounds, but that just comes with a disadvantage.
That's in ranked. In custom games, that doesn't happen. You get no advantages.
Oh wow! Well, there you go. That's a new fact of the day that I didn't know. So they're as screwed as ever. As we've looked at what's the seaside.
They do a buy to come through, and it's just hard rushing. That's the attack side right now. Locks throws out all her util, and it's gonna run away and play the retake. This is the smart play. You already have players down. Just play it safe and slow. But however, there is a lurk over towards middle.
And Hina's going to be picking that one up onto vertical GF2. Looking for a second here. Hina gets a lot of tags onto Baby, but he will be able to get away for a second there, throwing down this one there. The Molotov going to be playing short, pushing Hina forward. He's going to pick up another. Chopper Steve also picking up blocks, and it's all left on Beast XD in a 1v5. Misses the first spray, and Bingzu shuts him down as St. John's. With the commemorative teabag to celebrate another round victory, 3-0, and well, this is going about what we expected here so far, Didge.
Yeah, Slim Shady, I gotta say, man, maybe we can start singing soon, because St. John's, they just basically filched free gun upgrades from that round there. I think they lost one player at some point, and there's another eco coming out for St. Joseph's.
That's true. I'm also just looking across the Twitch chat. Some people are asking why there is only one player missing. That is because the St. Joseph's guys, one of them pulled out beforehand, and they could not find a replacement in time. So it's a 5v4. Professional organisation, this high school. They're putting everything together. The bomb is already going down, and it's going to be Bingzu and Hina running through. Locks are going to pick up 1 and 2 there. Nice shots with the Sheriff, and we'll actually be able to pick up the rifle. Unfortunately, Chopper Steve spammed through. That Astra smoke will put him down. It's left a 3v2 situation. Beast and Vertical GF, their best chance so far to try and pick up around here.
1 enemy remaining.
Well, the chances are dwindling by the second. Vertical, I think he threw out a Lear earlier on, but unfortunately couldn't quite capitalize off of it. And too many angles to check, just gets mowed down in heaven. It's a really rough situation, you know, when you have like limited players and of course no smokes to play with in that scenario there to go in the retake. You kind of have to just go fast, and most importantly, don't go from heaven, because the moment you're in the air and drop down, you're in a very vulnerable state. And hey, man, you could just get shot out like a clay pigeon. It didn't happen, but that's probably why you don't want to be going down heaven when it's a 1vx.
At your command.
There's just that many angles you're going to be peaked from, as well as we get ready for round number 5 here. It's going to be at least mostly sort of buy across the board. Spectre and Beast and Little Baby with that judge, which we always do love to see. As it looks like the C Rush going to be coming in here from St. John's. Going early, Vertical GF, they swings out, they get to 1, but Chopper Steve, the Sage attacking skill there, picking up 2. Already left in a 4v2 as Beast Trying to hold that angle above that smoke. Might be able to stock out Celeste jumping across the box as he does. Unfortunately, can't really do much about it.
Planted.
As they've already tucked away. Just like that. Little baby trying to go on out. Oppo will shut him down though, and it's all left on Beast XD. The Spectre in hand. He's got 1 kill on the board. He's looking for another as he decides to... well, I'm not sure if he's trying to look at the ceiling, trying to look at it. He might have just been lagging out there, which is even better. As maybe he's got one of those MSI mouses we were talking about.
Maybe, well, he will need the upgrade to at the very least. No, upgrade from your little Dell Microsoft IntelliMouse, because it's just an unfortunate situation. Backs right into Bingsu. I'm pretty sure his mouse is running a battery or something, man. 5-0 on the board right now. St. John's, very strong start into this game, and their economy, well, they're making it rain in the club.
Yeah, well, not many players going down really so far. They've lost 6 lives so far through these 5 rounds. They've almost got more rounds than deaths at this point. As Lox is going to be keeping up that sheriff as well with Vertical GF2. Meanwhile, Beast will get that Vandal, another judge there for little baby. I want to see a couple of kills with that. If you can just get in the right angles, hold the positions. The judge can be very deadly. As the operator already been picked up by Hina as well. So, again, looking like they want to be pushing towards the safe side. It's just quick like that. Lox boosting up towards that B. Sight is not going to get anything done there. As Beast also spot out and Bingzu with that Sober Drone. Going to throw down the Killjoy out. Ult as well, and now it is really just left 5v2, little baby trying to get anything done here, throwing down some smokes, possibly dissipating them for a while, and Hina's already on the flank as well here, and Vertical is about to meet an operator right to the back of the head. And just like that, it's all little baby left in a 1v5, but he has the judge.
He's about to ace it out, and Hina, oh come on man, couldn't let him have it. That's just disrespectful. Sniper bullet into the spine. 6 on the board. Well, on the bright side, St. John's, they can't lose the half.
This is why I love the judge. This is beautiful. I mean, to be fair, all 4 players around here with a knife, so for St. John's part, that's just a poor call. I mean, you should be knowing little baby's going to be holding that judge. He's an absolute beast on that. And it looks like Beast is going to be the one picking it up now. They want to find themselves around. They almost had the opportunity to get it done there. As we sit at 6-0, we could be looking at a 12-0 possibly, or 13-0, depending on how things go. But if they keep trying to do those knives with 1 player left, they might just throw a round over to St. Joseph's, and you don't want to be giving them too many scraps in this situation, especially when you're in the finals.
Yeah, well, hey, don't jinx it just yet. Oh, hang on, where is he looking? Vertical! Oh, he thought there was someone over towards garage, and he gets distracted. They take him down over towards mid. And now little baby, lone player on site. Okay, he does manage to get a spray down off the chopper Steve, but the spray back is instant. And Beast throws out the Hunter's Fury. I think he managed to tag 1 player there. He has the judge again.
Oh, here it comes.
Good for more, but that distance! Oh, it's not favoring him. Bingsu just has the better gun. 7-0.
Yeah, they sort of learned their lesson that round there, St. John's. Didn't want to really push him too close with their knives out. He does pick up 1 with the judge. Unfortunately, that's all he can get there. It's round number 7 on the board here for St. John's, who are, well, in cruise control at the moment. As we were sort of predicting anyway, because 5v4, it's not really a lot St. Joseph's can do. Maybe just pick a side they want to hold. If they get all the players on there, maybe something could happen through this round, though. Probably not going to be happening. They only got the 3 showers and a classic on Beast, who might be looking to pick up an operator, possibly, with that save, because he still does have 3,500 credits. As this time it's a bit of a slower push here. There's a finally going through B. Lox is going to spot them pushing up here towards the side. Bingsu already the first out, and he's going to be picking up Lox here, and imagine he does. The headshot puts him down 5v3. The site is wide open. Little baby coming towards the connector, a bit towards the A site. Looking around there as Beast coming in behind with the classic. The right spam will actually put down Bingsu on the end. Celeste with the trade. Little baby, a nice shot there with the sheriff, and 3v2 situations. The bomb now making its way towards the C site. They still have an opportunity, just not the weaponry at the moment.
1 enemy remaining.
Oh no. Hina, that timing on the dismissal's perfect. Got a bullet into her spine and then instantly got the hell out of dodge and rotates away. This is the best play. Teammates are already rotating over towards the B site. Backs off, pulls out the operator, and Verifical, nothing more to really do there. It was a nice attempt though, and I gotta say, despite being a player down, the thing that they should be doing on defense is essentially giving up a site, in my opinion, and duo stacking. Well, to push with the teammate to go aggressive on defense to a certain angle, right? So if you can at least get the initial frag, that's great, and you'll equalize the numbers. But if you can't, then at least you can get the trade and maybe go for a little bit more. Because them holding individual angles by themselves on site as they get taken down with no trades coming through, in the long run, it's only going to favor the attack side. But this time, 3 players over towards A, and this gamble stack may prove to pay dividends.
Make it aggressive. He locks with 2 just right there. Pings it over the trade immediately back, and now it's left onto Beast and Vertical. But here it is. The judge. Give me 1. Give me 2. Come on, Beast. Almost gets a second. Bingsy will put him down. And now it's going to be Vertical GF2 left in the 1v2 situation. Opportunity coming here. Does have that ultimate as well to put through. There's the Killjoy. Oh, will go down now. He's going to pop it here. Phantom out. Does still have a bit of pretty much all of his utility available. So there is an opportunity, a chance. He's going to be trying to push straight past their smoke, throwing out the blind as he pushes on towards the site.
Oh no.
He picked out Vulnerable though, and Bingzu, and the opportunity here. 25 HP. Doesn't want to push it too hard though as he's checking the angles. And he'll get 1 in a second. A chance here. He knows where Celeste is. Can he get a spray? He does! Vertical GF2 and St. Joseph's are on the board, Digital.
They are indeed. Better late than never, and I gotta say, that's 1 on the board, and potentially this could snowball into more. If they can end the half at 4-8, that's definitely workable, especially when they switch over to attack. Because we said earlier, right, despite what the scoreline is saying right now, they are on defense. Haven, 3 spike sites, 4 players. It's going to be rough no matter what happens. But on the attack side, you don't need to hold any angles by itself. Just push together as a whole unit, and you can just start getting the frags. 1 person gets 2 kills, and that's basically it. You can potentially just go for the 1-to-1 trades at that point. Once again, the gamble stacking the A side, and St. John's, man, they're going right into their trap, potentially.
Should be doing a bit of scanning out maybe to check it out, but it's going to be pushing out a few towards long here. Oppo getting the first with the judge down the bottom, little baby. He's been loving it so far. Throwing down a Molotov. Unfortunately, Oppo was already on the push there, but another one there for Beast. The judges, they are coming alive on the defensive side, unfortunately. It's just going to be running out of players for them as Oppo picks up a 3rd for the round. Beast hits the floor, and that is round number 9 on the board for St. John's. They run into the stack, but they managed to pull it out anyways. Maybe they'll go again. Maybe they just want to keep hitting A until the cows come home. And it looks like it's just going to happen again. Let's just put it. Yeah. You know what? We don't need B and C. Maybe they've just made a gentleman's agreement. Let's just always go A, and you guys always defend A. And then, you know, maybe it's just a bit closer.
The true test of skill, I guess. Who wins these firefights point blank. I have to say though, I mean, that was kind of the right idea, but unfortunately them continuing to reinvest and go deeper in, that was the end of them. Because once you get the opening few frags, just back off and you already have equalized numbers. Just play slow at that point and let the attackers run with you. Rain on the B side, but the leer, it favors Hina. Already 1 entry. And 5v3, but hang on, Hina walks past the defenders. They're still going for more. Oh no. That's unfortunate.
Last round in the half.
That's a way to get double digits, I'll say that. Jesus.
I mean, that's just like a... That's just like one of those nightmares where you're stuck in your bed, or there's something coming towards you, you just can't move, and you can see it coming closer. You want to run, but you can't, and unfortunately, Beast's stuck in the middle of his hunter's fury. Oh dear. But
the most the maddest thing right now. Oh wait, they're going for a knife fight. 4v5. I mean, they could obviously win this round to end the first half. It's 10-1, so might as well give them that little bit of a saving grace. Good start by Chopper Steve, and Hina just gets backstabbed. And look at that, 2v3, and there's a res available, but Locks, I don't think he'll get the chance to use it. Little baby, trying to help out his teammate there, jabbing and stabbing away. Indeed, he does get a kill, and now 2v3.
Opportunity here in this knife round. We're still going here. Little baby Locks running as fast as they can. The problem is they're getting closed on. Little baby goes down the orb, the wall. Oh, he actually manages to block one off there. Unfortunately, Locks couldn't get the others. Celeste closes it out. And 11-1 first half. They got the round, you know. We were thinking, can they get past that 13-0? They did manage to do that. A nice play from GF2. A nice little double. And apart from that, though, it's been going pretty much what we thought. St. John's here, just 2 rounds away from closing this out. And moving on to our next round on the Glen Waverley eviction notice, boys. We'll be waiting. They probably need to be getting ready a bit sooner than possible. They would have been thinking, oh, you know, maybe 1 o'clock. 1:30 we'll be ready to go. You boys better get ready to go in about 15:20 because it is, well, we're pretty much done here. Unless well, St. Joseph's can pull something amazing. Maybe their fifth is going to finally just run in now and go, oh, sorry, I'm late, guys. I'm ready to go.
That is a possibility, but like I mentioned earlier, you know, the attack side, 4 players on the attack, that's what you want to see. But the defense, they have the man advantage, so they are going for the aggressive map control and pushes. This is not how I pictured it, and Hina potentially could get a backstab here. It's perfect. Almost.
So he's going to go for those shots. Well, Fury's going to see the second as well as soon as he gets that. Jeff is going to pick up one at least, but Oppo will trade him out, and now it's all left on Little Baby in the 1v4, the classic out. Still does have the spike, and he's hearing all of them jumping around left, right, and center. Might be able to pick up at least one here, depending on if Celeste checks the corner, but now he's going to fall back towards that C long area where they're all are. They've cleared that out, and so they know he's somewhere else at this point. He's jumping on down. He's managed to keep himself fairly quiet. I don't know if they quite heard that, and he's hearing all this. He could be able to pick up one, possibly even a second. A nice little shot into Oppo, puts him down. And Celeste there with the trade with the Ghost, and Little Baby hits the floor. And then it's going to be round number 12. And now 11
Match point.
Map and series points here to close out our first game of the day for the guys over on St. John's, or St. Joseph's. Well, they're going to buy what they can. The judge coming out, so there's always a chance. There's always a chance.
There's a chance. I thought the chance was in the pistol round. They almost had it, but unfortunately the defensive aggression was kind of unaccounted for. So when you have 4 players, you know, your best bet was to really just go fast onto a site. So what better way to end, of course, this 5v4 than the knife fight over towards mid. Slim, take it away.
As it's going to be Bigsy picking up the first one of the beast, putting him down, and Burns have to have the trade back onto Oppo at least, as they're going back and forth here. Chopper Steve, but it's going to be left now in the 4v2. Locks now being closed in from 2 behind 3, trying to get his trying to put the wall up, and actually manages to get away for a second. Now it's all left on Vertical GF2 in a 1v3, trying to get the swings. Misses the first one though. Needs to try and hit Celeste here before the others close in, and now it's just ringing around the Rosie. Who can get away quick as possible? GF manages to get around the first one there. Somehow is still alive. Gets one onto Hina, and still an opportunity here as he's trying to make his way. The jumps going back and forth. Keeping this one going. Not a bad jump. The slow wall though. It's not going to quite stop him there. The miss there from Chopper Steve, and Celeste is running as fast as his legs will carry him. But GF, well, there's not really much he can do in this situation because he can't gain any more health. He's just trying to run away, see if he can get a bond in. He gets a hit, but Celeste finishes it off 13-1. And just like that, it was in record time in a 5v4, but that is all she wrote there. St. John's 13-1 close off St. Joseph's, and they will be moving on to our next televised game, which will be up against Glenwavy Eviction Notice. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to say there, to be completely...
Well, okay. To say the very least, you know, it was a good start, a very slow, you know, it's kind of entertaining start to the day. Fortunately, it's not a single Elam bracket, so despite, you know, being a player down and losing the first game, they can still actually play further on and go further in the losers bracket, and hopefully their 5th player comes back and they can do a gauntlet run, potentially. But now, St. John's, right? We didn't see the true extent of their skill. They played decently, but extremely loosely. And going up against their next opponents, which will be Eviction Notice, as you said, from Glen Waverly, a very strong contender in the entire scene, they better have warmed up really nicely from this game. Otherwise, it's going to be stiff competition.
Yeah, I guess that's also one of the things that could be a negative, you know, playing sort of a game like this, where you're not really in any sort of mood to be taking a whole lot of the stuff seriously. I mean, it's hard too when you're in, like, it's a competitive game, you're playing off in a competition against all the high schools around Australia, and your opponent only has 4 players. So it is kind of hard to keep that, you know, attitude of, you know, taking it incredibly seriously, especially in this situation. But I do believe that they will be aware of what the Eviction Notice guys are like. I mean, we watched both of the Glen Waverley teams when they came up against each other, and even though Eviction Notice were the ones that got through, the other team that they did have also could have been very close to making that as well. So both Glen Waverley sides, very high performance teams, and I'm looking forward to what should be a very good best of 1 between these two, which I believe will be coming up very shortly. But before that, I believe we need to go to a little bit of a break.
Well, before the break, actually, we have to go check out the MVP because
that's very true.
I chose, actually, Chopper Steve for St. John's Park High School. Now, there's a reasoning behind it. You may be thinking, Chopper Steve, he's a sage, man. He didn't even get that many kills. Well, the thing is, towards the start of the game, he was the one staying alive for the longest and getting the multi-frags, just, you know, providing that momentum and setting his team up for success, getting them to that stable economy, and that's when I would like to say, you know, St. John's had a pretty smooth run in the first half.
Very true. And I mean, well, when you look at that one through there, it's very hard to say no to what is a very good Sage player and someone who will definitely be a deciding factor, hopefully, for the St. John's guys going forward if they want to get there all the way to the grand finals. But I mean, all of these players, especially on that team, they know what they're doing. They're feeling pretty confident right now. They're feeling smooth and relaxed. Their hands, I would be hoping, at least are a bit warmed up now.
Oh, yeah.
Even if there wasn't a whole lot of rounds going on. But also, their knife skills now, they're going to be through the roof. I mean, at least 3 different aspects. 3 times we had some sort of knife fight going on. So lots of practice there. And if I'm a Viction notice, I'd be very, very wary if I'm holding an angle and not watching my back. Because if you're not there, you're not ready to go. Someone like Hina could just be sneaking up behind you or just running straight at you and just stabbing you in the face. Who knows?
Who knows? Well, guys, we will find out after a break because the next game actually is scheduled to start at 1 o'clock. So about 29 minutes, guys. Go take a breather, have some lunch, etc. You know, the whole standard 9 yards. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, see you soon. This is Meta HSC Valorant, sponsored by Optus, Torrens University of Australia, and MSI.